Why Prince Harry and Meghan Markle cannot do an apology tour. First of all, thank you for watching my video. Please make sure that you subscribe, share, and click the like button. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle cannot do an apology tour. They have built their entire pity platform on racism, that they were discriminated against. They've made a lot of claims that they have experienced racism. Their children have been discriminated against. That Meghan's non-existent color was the problem in the royal family. They've made a lot of vague accusations. They've made some direct accusations against the crown. An apology tour would mean that they are now reconciling with King Charles, with the firm, and that they want to be integrated back in. In order for this to happen, they would either have to diminish, withdraw, or just all around retract their statements. Their entire fan base is essentially built on the statements that they've made about how badly they've been discriminated against. If they attempt to do any retractions or any compromises, their fan base is going to turn against them. They have built a fan base, a support population built on these statements, built on wokeness, built on feminism, pretty much all of the S's and isms that you can think of. If they try to integrate back into the royal family at this point, they go on this apology tour, etc., it will backfire against them. The only stratagem that I can think of that might work is if they try to hit hard with the family angle and emphasize that King Charles's family, the royals are still their family, they want to reconcile with their family. But this will look hypocritical if they don't also reconcile with Meghan's side of the family. And they will get called out on that. I do not believe that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are grounded and clever enough to navigate everything that they would have to do to make an apology tour work without their fans turning against them. I believe they will fumble it, just like they fumbled being in the royal family, just like they fumbled being working royals. I believe they will fumble any attempt at an apology tour. And this is if King Charles even indulges them. I believe King Charles is playing chess. Like I said in my last video, he knew exactly what he was doing, inviting them to the coronation. They are damned if they do, damned if they don't. If they go, they'll be humiliated, relegated to the nosebleed seats. They'll be on the outside looking in. If they don't go, they'll look petty. They'll look like they're still holding on to a lot of hate. And they're going to look like they're bitter. So this apology tour, I've been hearing about this. I've been hearing the rumors that this was the plan all along, to go on an apology tour, that maybe it's like part 2 of this platform that they're building to integrate back into the royal family. But like I said, I don't believe it's going to work. I believe it's going to be disastrous for their for keeping support from their fan base. Like I said, they have built their fan base on wokeness. They built their fan base on how much they were discriminated against. The fans have overlooked the fact that Meghan has married into the same institution that most of them claim is so racist. They've overlooked that fact. I don't believe that they will overlook Harry and Meghan trying to get back on board with the royal family after making all these racism accusations. They will look like hypocrites. Like I said, they will either have to retract, withdraw, or diminish and downplay the statements that they've made. And I do not believe that they are clever enough or have the strategy to be able to do that. We all know that Meghan and Harry are difficult to work with. They probably have a team of yes men. Anybody who's not a yes man probably gets fired. They don't have anyone around them to help them navigate something this sensitive. These are the same people. This is the same woman who couldn't make being a princess work. She can even make that work. I don't believe she'll be able to make this apology tour, if there is such a thing. I don't believe she'll be able to make it work. I said it before. I've been saying it for 3 months. After the coronation, Meghan and Harry are done. None of their plans have worked out. Their life has completely downgraded. Meghan is paying, she's making appearances at the Marriott. You know, Sussex Squad can be in denial if they want to, but anyone with any sense understands that to go from being a royal, a prince and princess in a palace, to making appearances at the Marriott and staying in Montecito, California, in a big empty mansion, that is a downgrade. I'm sorry, but it is. They've gone from being part of a major historical family that is known around the world to just being celebrities. And Harry is he's a man with no country at this point. Their life has downgraded, considerably. I believe they're done after the coronation. If there is an apology tour that's supposed to take place, I think it's going to be disastrous. I think people are really going to turn against them. And even if King Charles decides, because he's very soft when it comes to his sons, even if he does decide to make some moves to incorporate Harry and Meghan back into the fold, they will be nowhere near the position that they were in before. Nowhere close. It's just they're never going to be at the same, it's like wearing a bike helmet, having an accident, and trying to put it on again. The integrity isn't the same. It's not as strong as it was before. Harry and Meghan are never going to have the same position that they had before. They're just not. Some people say, well, Prince Andrew, he's a deviant. Well, Queen Camilla, she was having an affair. She was cruel to Diana, etc. Yes, but the difference is, people like to talk about Andrew as if he was never punished. Andrew has pretty much been disgraced publicly, removed from royal life. He's like the dirty secret in the attic. He has completely lost his position. He has been completely publicly disgraced. This is not a man who got away with anything. Yes, his lifestyle is likely still funded by whatever money he was left from the Queen, by King Charles, but understand, and this is why Meghan could never fit into the circle. It's not all about money. In that circle, your status, your reputation, your position matters just as much as money does, if not more. So, yes, he is funded by, the king, sure, but his position is gone. It's destroyed. So Andrew has paid. Trust me. In that circle, being as disgraced as Andrew has been, he has paid. He has received very adequate punishment. As far as, let's see, who else did I name? I named Andrew. Queen Camilla. Queen Camilla, she's actually been very smart over the years. She had a lot of grounds for complaints in how she's been treated by the people and in the media. She was, she's still struggling to be fully accepted, but she has stayed quiet and she has stayed dutiful. She's not vying for love or position or anything like that. She's staying dutiful to the family. She is showing dignity, and that counts for something in the long run. Camilla is playing the long game with the British people and within the royal family. She understands what her position is and the position that she needs to play. She is not out whining every time there's negative press about her. She is keeping her head down and doing her duty. And that does count. So, Meghan and Harry, they fancy themselves some kind of martyrs who need to sue the papers every 5 minutes, who expected the royal family to act as attack dogs on their behalf because the press was mean to them. And that's just not how that works. And they don't have the humility and the intelligence and strategy as a couple to understand how to navigate the royal family as a couple, as a married couple. So they will never be able to, even if they're welcomed back into the fold, they will never be able to hold the same respect and position that they could have if they had understood their position from the beginning, where they fell as far as what their roles are within the monarchy, and stick to those roles instead of this ridiculous competition with William and Catherine that they were never going to win. You can't compete with the future king and queen. Anyway, this is my assessment of the situation, why I believe an apology tour will not work. You cannot build an entire platform on how racist the people that you have turned against are, and then try to incorporate yourself back in with those same people and not have the people who supported you look at you like you're absolutely insane. You will look like the biggest hypocrites in the world. You will lose your support, and even if you're incorporated back into the family, you will never have the same position that you had before. You will never have the same advantages that you had before. So this is not going to work. Either way, I've said it before, no matter, Harry and Meghan have been checkmated. It does not matter what move they make, they lose. And they brought it on themselves.